It's down to 2 at number 3. Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network is reporting that the Niners are debating between Mac Jones and Trey Lance, the third overall pick in the NFL draft. And this makes all the sense in the world. We told you last week on Time to Shine that those were the two names, and we did not see Kyle Shanahan picking Justin Fields. Now, I firmly believe that when Kyle Shanahan trades up from 12 to 3, he has a name he wants. I absolutely believe that. You don't give up that kind of draft capital without knowing, but it's smart to always evaluate. And I still believe Mac Jones makes all the sense in the world. Now, today at his news conference, Kyle Shanahan wouldn't confirm anything. He wouldn't confirm that the draft is actually going to happen on Thursday. And by the way, that's usually the Kyle and Mike Shanahan way of doing business. So remember at his last press conference after the trade when he said, hey, we're not even going to have smoke screens. Well, that was a little crazy from that perspective when you look at it for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I think it's going to be Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones makes all the sense in the world. I believe when it's all said and done that you are going to see Mac Jones as the ultimate piece for San Francisco because he's plug and play. He was outstanding at Alabama. He fits that offense brilliantly. And we'll keep saying it, Jimmy G is gone. Now, I'm not suggesting like they did with Mark Green and ER that they're going to kill him off when it's all said and done, but I do think that they will get rid of Jimmy G. Look, you see the offensive players on the board right here. You look at someone like Mac Jones and you put him with those players, best left tackle in football and a great tight end and dynamic wide receivers in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Mac Jones would give the San Francisco 49ers a better chance of winning the division and going to the Super Bowl than Jimmy G. I know I believe that, and I know that Kyle believes that. And John Lynch said at his news conference today that he's going to let Kyle Shanahan make the pick, and he's going to defer to Kyle Shanahan for anything and everything when it comes to the quarterback position. It really was certainly something that would make you laugh today when Kyle Shanahan wouldn't even confirm that any of us would be alive on Sunday, let alone Jimmy G's spot on the roster. Look, I think that they look at Trey Lance and they say, okay, at the end of the day, Trey Lance makes sense in our system, but Trey Lance hasn't played football in ages. He's had more pro days in 2021 than he had football games in 2020. It makes sense. We'll keep saying it. Mac Jones, he can be Matt Ryan. That means if Mac Jones is the pick of Kyle Shanahan, he's going to be in the mix for Rookie of the Year for this upcoming season. I absolutely think it's going to be Mac Jones. I absolutely think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be going to be traded to the New England Patriots. And I think we're all going to be alive on Sunday. Go New York, go New York, go. I haven't been this excited as a Knicks fan since the Patrick Ewing days. And why not? The Knicks have won 9 straight games, and they are simply fantastic to watch. Tom Thibodeau is the coach of the year, turning this group into the current 4th best team in the Eastern Conference. They play defense, they rebound, they share the basketball beautifully. It's incredible to watch. But this has more from nice little story to really strong team. Julius Randle is a star. He's become a first-team All-NBA candidate thanks to Tibbs' coaching. R.J. Barrett has lived up to his draft position under Tibbs. And how about what cats like Derrick Rose and Nerlens Noel are bringing every single night? Look, you're not going to want to face the Knicks in the playoffs. They are mentally and physically tough. The New York Knicks can absolutely win a round in the playoffs. The Nets will be scared to death facing this tough-minded, well-coached team in the second round. The Knicks play a more talented Suns team tonight. Phoenix is terrific, albeit coming off of a loss to the Nets. But at this stage, why would you pick against the Knicks? Tonight becomes a perfect 10 in a row. And for long-suffering Knicks fans like me, it's just extra special. And Trevor Bauer with the soundbite of the weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have been screaming this forever. Celebrate, validate, go crazy. You have an issue, strike him out. Stop it. And I love this from Fernando Tatis Jr. I love it. First of all, hits a couple of home runs. That's great. And he's fired up, and he's chucking the bat, celebrating, validating the slow jog around the bases. You know what? He's pumped up. And I think that when he does the one-eye celebration, that's his way of telling Trevor Bauer, well, you shouldn't have told the press that you were throwing with one eye in a spring training game against us because I could beat him with one eye closed. You know what? That's great. And Trevor Bauer endorsed it after the game. Because if Bauer's going to sit there and celebrate and get all cocky and do the Conor McGregor strut, then guess what? If he's going to throw with one eye open, one eye shut, then guess what? He's susceptible and vulnerable to those rare moments, and Bauer's an elite pitcher, where he doesn't get it done. And I love that. And Bauer said after the game he was laughing when Hosmer had the celebration, when he got to first base. I just think this is great. I don't want to hear the get off my lawn crowd, okay? You always celebrate. I defended Batista when he chucked the bat. This is great. I defend the closer when they show emotion and pump their fist. That's how it works. And Bauer's right. You don't go head hunting. That's not how you that's not how you settle a score. You celebrate, you validate. That, to me, that's what it's all about in baseball. It's great for the kids. It's so tough, as Bauer pointed out, hitting a baseball and being successful. It's high-level baseball, as we talked about earlier in the show. Tatis Jr., his talent, his skill, his flair. We defended him last year with that garbage and nonsense where the Rangers were offended when he was celebrating the Grand Slams. My goodness, get a grip, get a clue. Love that from our guy Trevor Bauer. Loved it all weekend long. The celebration, the validation from our guy Fernando Tatis Jr.